Hello, is everybody there? It looks fine. Wow, I can't believe that was the issue. You guys will never believe what the reasoning for it not working was. It was Streamlabs OBS. I'm on regular OBS now, and it's working smooth. Well, this is wild. At least it's looking smooth to me. I can't believe it's Streamlabs that is causing that. Regular OBS is running smooth. That is crazy. Oh, time to send out the notifications again, I guess. Yeah, they definitely need to fix it still. Hold on, I'm just posting the stream and stuff, so that's why I'm not moving. But, yeah, it seems like we're good now. Let's, go to a different area. Gosh, we can actually stream it now. Yay! Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. So it literally was just Streamlabs OBS being weird. It's so odd that just going from Streamlabs OBS to regular OBS, it actually started working, and we're running at a consistent bitrate. I'm looking at the stream on my phone right now, and it looks smooth. Oh, finally. We can actually fish, guys. We can actually fish. Makes me so happy to finally see it working as intended. Now let's get in our boat and get out there and start fishing. Watch it break? I hope not, man. I hope not. Yeah, I think we got it, Marco. I think it was Streamlabs. I think Streamlabs was just broken. Which means I can actually raise up my graphics settings again. Let's go ahead. No, we cannot tax anything. This game, is very catch and release. So there is no taxidermizing or anything like that. Let's crank all this back up to ultra. And let's do medium there. Get everything back up to where we wanted it. Yeah, definitely, Daniel. There's definitely some improvements they could make, but they got a good baseline for the game, I think. You know, very similar to Way of the Hunter. Very good baseline, but could definitely use some improvements. Yeah, it is unfortunate that you can't tax anything. I'd like to see them implement that at some point. But I mean, it is what it is. For now, we'll just have to catch and release, and then maybe one of these days we'll have a trophy room. How does the boat feel? The boat feels great. I think the boat's probably one of the better things, except for this. I mean, the water in the boat, that's a little bit of a problem, but I can get over that, I suppose. So now that the stream is actually working smooth, guys, let's go ahead and do one of the missions, I think. There's one in particular that we're tracking right now. Catch a diamond rank smallmouth bass at the map location. So we have to go here and try to catch a diamond bass. I know where this location is. It's like right over here. I think it's showing to go right here. So that's where we're gonna head. Is there a place I can fast travel near it? Kind of. It's a little bit of a walk, but I think we can deal with it. How did I fix it? I just switched from Streamlabs to regular OBS, Legend. I'm using the same settings as before. I just jumped off of Streamlabs OBS and just started using the basic OBS. We don't have our stream overlays, unfortunately, but I honestly am not too worried about that. As long as the game and everything actually looks smooth for you guys, then I'm happy with it. As long as we've got a smooth experience for all of you to watch, then I'm happy. I know, right, Ashley? It is crazy. Hey, Ben, how's it going, man? Hey, Cantor. We got everything fixed from what I can tell. Welcome to everybody joining in. It's unfortunate that I've had to stop and start so many times. I'm assuming that there's going to be some people that don't even know that I'm streaming right now because of all the times I've had to stop and restart, which is unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just happy to finally be able to stream this game because I've been really having fun with it. It needs a lot of tweaks to some things, but overall it's a fun game. I think the big open world is what makes it fun for me. Having a giant open world to just go explore and fish wherever I want. That's the big thing that I was drawn into with this game. Yeah, Sounder, I did try the recent patch, and they definitely need to fix some things, but they need to, I'm sure they're working on it. They've already got kind of a hotfix out for Way of the Hunter in the beta branch that's being tested and stuff. They are going to push out some hotfixes soon for Way of the Hunter. I'm happy that they've been on top of it. Pretty impressed that they managed to get a hotfix update just overnight. Ready to go, pretty much. Yeah, Josh, this is a brand new game. This is, Call of the Wild: The Angler. It is, Avalanche Studios' brand new... Or not Avalanche, is it Avalanche or is it Expansive Worlds? I mean, Avalanche is the parent company, but I think this is under Expansive Worlds, yeah? Yeah, it's the brand new fishing game from Expansive Worlds. Alright, let's look again. I think we're going to the right spot. Yeah, right there. So, like... Oh, right here, okay. Perfect, 270 yards away. Let's head down there and try to catch that diamond smallmouth. Now, I've got a feeling that these diamond missions, I got a feeling that that fish is guaranteed to be at that lake. Because every time I've done one of these, I've ended up catching it within like 20 or 30 minutes of being there, so... I'm curious if they're always guaranteed, but regardless, it makes for some cool little missions and we get a chance to look at them. Now, where on the photo does it show to go? That's all it shows is this. Map challenge, okay. So I guess we just gotta kinda guess where it's gonna be hiding? Is there a photo mode? Sadly, no. I would love it if there was. It's been good, Cantor. I've been having a good day. Catch a diamond smallmouth. Oh, we got a diseased tree. Alright, let's try to catch this diamond smallie. Oh, there's a smallmouth right in front of us. Maybe that's him. Let's toss a little popper across these lilies. See if we can get anything to bite. Not yet, Ashley, but there will be soon. Way of the Hunter plans to add rares and stuff like that with, some of the future updates. How did I fix it? I just switched from Streamlabs to just regular OBS. Literally just changed which version of OBS I was using and we're good. So strange. There we go. There's a fish. That it? I don't know. This doesn't look like a diamond to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Nah, this is just a gold, so the diamond is still out there. We gotta try and figure out where this diamond is gonna be located. All it says is that it's gonna be at this lake. I see various smallmouth under there. That looks like a semi-decent one. There's a smaller guy over there. I don't know how well you guys can see under the water. Oh, he is right here. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You gonna come under the dock? I love that you can see the fish. Oh, he just went up to grab a bug off the surface. And I think he might have seen me because he's leaving now. Thankfully, there's another good one next to him. Question is, are they just gold or are they going to be the diamonds? Hey, Zach, how's it going? It's fun, Simon. It's definitely got some room for improvement with, like, fish animations, how easy it is to, like, get a fish to be attracted to the lure. Like, some of that stuff needs tweaking, but the game's got a good foundation, a really beautiful open world with lots of places to fish. And for me, like, right now, that's the main draw to it. It does kind of remind me of the Hunter Call of the Wild as well. Yeah, JW, it turns out it wasn't YouTube, it was OBS. It was Streamlabs OBS that was causing the issues. Regular OBS is what I'm streaming on now, and it's working fine, but when I used Streamlabs, it was super buggy and glitchy. Really unfortunate. Another decent smallmouth. Another gold. So this guy's not the diamond either. We'll get him. We'll get this guy at some point. See, on the previous missions like this where you're chasing after a diamond, I caught them within the first few fish. The smallmouth is already proving to be more difficult. So... Ooh, whoa, that looked like a decent fish. Hold up. I might have spoke too soon. That might be him. That might be him. Do I prefer bait cast or spin cast? I use a spinning reel and rod. I do have bait casting setups as well, but I primarily use spinning because that's what I grew up on, and it's just easiest to just stick with what I've always used ever since I was a kid. Come on. This one of any size? Oh, that's a small one. This guy's probably not even a gold. This one looks tiny. Might be a small gold, though. Oh, yeah, he's tiny. Silver. Little 2-pound smallie. I believe it's gonna be like 20 bucks, Mind of Chaos. It's either 20 or 25. I can't remember the exact price point, but I think it's one of those. I could be completely wrong, though. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what they had mentioned. He's got to be hiding in the lilies. Like, if I was a big smallmouth, I'd be hiding in the lilies. Oh, $29.99? Got you. Okay. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. The Hunter Call of the Wild was 30 when it first released too, I believe. It was either 25 or 30 on release, so I guess that makes sense. I just can't wait till they start adding some more stuff into the game. Like, once they do some updates to tweak the animations and the behaviors of the fish, and then push out some updates with new locations, this game could be really good in the future. Well, it can't get caught on the weeds as of now, JN, but you can break your line if it rubs against a rock or your boat, or like a tree or something in the water. So you can break off by rubbing against stuff, but yeah, as of now, it doesn't get caught in the weeds. That's a big one. That's actually a good one. Is that him or is that a gold? Hey, there we go! Diamond Smallie, finally. We got it. Diamond Smallmouth. I don't know if I'll be playing it daily, Yusuf, just because I primarily do hunting games, but I'll definitely be playing this, like, at least 1 or 2 videos a week. There we go, though. We got our Diamond Smallmouth, 6.42 pounds. You know, it's interesting to see how big they have made the rainbow trout. Like, just the average ones. But then a smallmouth like this, a diamond is 6.5 pounds, where in real life the world record's over 11, I think. It's interesting. Like, some of the species, it seems like the average is much larger than the average I would see in real life. And then for others, the average is smaller than what I would see. Interesting. I do like this, though. What do the traits mean? So the traits are like what this species, like what traits the species have, what its behaviors are, stuff like that. So we can actually look at the traits in the thingy. Actually, no, we can't, because that would spoil what diamonds I've got. We already took a picture, Bullseye. Basically, what you do is you can just hit tab to go to this view, and then screenshot it with F12 on Steam. It's not bad, though. Got ourselves a beautiful diamond smallmouth, and that will complete that mission. I'm going to keep fishing here, though, because I actually am curious if maybe there's some other big ones here. Yeah, true, Harley. True. It would be big. I'm just saying it's kind of interesting that, you know, the world record for smallmouth is over 11 pounds. And then, you know, the diamonds in the game are just over 6.5. But then the rainbow trout, like an average gold rainbow is like 15 pounds in the game. And like most places that I've fished, an average rainbow trout would be like between like 1 and 3 pounds. Maybe a little bit more in some states. It's just interesting. Might need to be some type of balance pass done to fish weights and sizes, but I think for the most part they've got the bass right. Like the bass seem to be in a good state. Trout might be slightly big for the average ones at least. Obviously they should still be able to get that big, just maybe reserve it for the diamonds. But I suppose it's probably kind of hard to balance. Because then if they did that and made them smaller, then people would be like, why are the diamonds only 15 pounds? They can get bigger than that. So I guess I can see why maybe it's balanced the way it is. Oh, nice, gamer. It's good to hear that it actually worked this time. YouTube finally doing what it needs to do. Yeah, maybe, Simon. I don't know if they're going to do great ones for this game, though. We'll have to see. I don't think they've really mentioned if they're going to do any, like, great one style of fish. Alright, let's just move on, I think. I see a fish over here. Maybe we can get this one to bite. Just saw it hit the surface. I think we'll kind of scan the water. See if we can see one of them hitting surface again. There we go. Gonna keep my eye on where that was. See if we can get that one to bite. Nice, Mr. Yeast. That's awesome, dude. Are there gonna be lodges? Not at launch, and they're unsure if there ever will be. Because the game is focused on catch and release. But they also have said that depending on what the player base wants, they might change that. And at some point we might get something like lodges if it's what everybody wants to see. It's hard to say. I hope they do add them. That would be nice. Would be very nice to see. Oh, got you, gamer. Yeah, sometimes that happens with YouTube. Like, sometimes it'll even cut off early if there's lag. I've had a few situations where there's been lag, and then because of that, it cut the stream off early before I could finish my outro. YouTube does some strange stuff. Yeah, true, Revive. I didn't think about that. And for those, don't you just need, like, the measurements of the fish and, like, good photographs of it, and then they can make like a replica of it? I think that's how that works, right? Now let's go to the shopkeeper since it's telling us to. Gotta turn in our mission. Yeah, it's finally working, Spicy. It's finally working. The problem was Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs OBS was the reason that we were getting those issues, because after the stream ended, I tried recording on it. And the recordings looked the same as the stream. And so I closed down Streamlabs and opened up regular OBS. And what do you know? It worked fine. Same settings and everything. Just something with Streamlabs is conflicting or something. And I didn't even go to the shopkeeper. We should probably do that. Gotcha, Revive. Okay, yeah, that would be an amazing option for them then. If they want to keep the whole theme of catch and release, but also give us the ability to mount fish in that way, that would be a really good compromise, I think, with keeping the game the way the developers wanted it, while also giving players the ability to get, like, mounts made. There we go.
Here's what I've got.
Let's see. So I want to try and get some new lures.
Anyone who's anyone starts with a greenhorn. This baby has a smoother learning curve.
Question is what? I have a size 3 frog. I'm thinking we could maybe go with a bigger one, maybe even a smaller one. I have not done a lot of bluegill fishing, so I kind of want to get something that I can snag some bluegill with. I also probably need to get a bigger popper. I'll go with this one because I like green.
These little poppers exploit the predatory instincts of the fish.
And then maybe for the lake trout, we could get one of these big 2/0 hook spinners. How's the boats? They're not too bad. They're better than I thought they would be, and so is the actual running water. It's a lot better than I thought it would be, too.
I'll let you in on a secret. I did say we were all
Don't have any jerk baits yet.
And no, we are. But we're also all about jerk baits.
We'll get a jerk bait.
Give one a try. You won't regret it.
Get a few different lures to try out. Alright, I think that should be good enough. I believe some of them will have gone in storage. Yeah, because we don't have enough room for all of them. The frog hasn't been working too well, so we'll do that. Alright, that's good enough for now. That'll give us a little more variety of different stuff to use. Could probably drop off this hook. And then grab some more bait. Let's do hot dog, because that would be good for catfish, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Yeah, Brober, it's fixed. It was Streamlabs. I don't know why, but Streamlabs was the cause of it. Because my recordings looked bad on Streamlabs as well, so I decided to switch over to regular OBS, and it's working now. It's so strange. I don't get how that made it work, but, you know, I'll take it. As long as we get to enjoy the game, finally. Actually, that's going to need a heavier thing. We'll do that 1/0 spinner there. 5. This is kind of what we're using for bass at the moment. We'll toss this slightly larger popper on there. And then this is our light rig. Let's do the size 8 spinner bait.
Come back soon.
Nice, Ari, that's awesome. Do we have a release date for the angler? Yes, August 31st. There is no console release yet. But once they know a release, then we'll get that as well. That's probably on your end, Track, because it's fine for everybody else. That's typically just, your settings that you're watching it on YouTube. Because I'm looking at the stream on my phone and it looks fine. In fact, my phone was even at 360p and it looked fine. Anything's good for catfish? True, true. You caught a huge catfish on pizza? That is amazing. Is there live bait? Yes, there is. There's minnows. I've got some minnows that I use for catfish occasionally. That could also be the grass track. Because grass in pretty much any game causes pixelation when moving through it. It's a major problem with games like Escape from Tarkov, Call of the Wild. That could be what was happening there. Let's head over here because there's actually quite a few lilies to fish around that hold quite a few largemouth bass. Here we go. Let's see. We get something on the slightly larger popper. We don't know what consoles it's going to be on as of now, guys. They have not announced if it's going to be old gen, current gen, both. As far as I know, they have not announced that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they've announced it yet. Oh no, Peyton. I mean, that sounds about right. I've seen, like, red ear sunfish, and they will literally bite anything, so I imagine bluegill are the same. I haven't actually fished for bluegill. I've just caught, red ears. That's wild, though. Bluegill going after firecrackers. Jeez. Poor curious bluegills. Did the fish change what baits they like? From what I can see right now, no. But that's been a very common bit of feedback that myself and other creators have been giving them, so there's possibilities they might tweak it to where they... Oh, there we go. There we go, there's a fish. Oh, look at that right there. Okay, that was actually really cool. The camera got a little wonky afterwards, but that was a cool way to catch a big gold bass. Wow, that was actually awesome. That jump looked good. That might be the best jumping animation I've seen. I was a little disappointed with the way the rainbow trout jumped because it didn't look like any of the trout that I grew up catching. But the bass, that actually looked nice. That was actually very smooth. Good sized fish as well. I don't mind it, Legend, but I would like to see them transition to like a more normal, like a catch screen where you actually like pick the fish up out of the water. Like, I feel like with a game like this, it would be so much more immersive if your character leaned over the edge of the boat to pick up the fish. I get it though, like that's a whole lot of different animations for different size fish and stuff like that, and different species of fish. Like, I get it, but it would be really nice. Maybe as a, like, down the road future addition to the game, it would be nice though. Like, it's something where they don't necessarily need to do it right now, but in the future, it would be cool to have. All I gotta say though is, just a slight twitch with the popper. Seems to be doing better than what I was trying earlier for bass. Because I was fishing at this location earlier today and was not having too much luck on spinners or like just straight retrieving with the popper. Wasn't having much luck with the frog either. But now that we're doing just a little bit of twitching with a slow reel speed and a slightly larger popper, seems like it's working well. Yeah, true, Cutlery. I guess that would get rid of the need for, like, multiple animations for grabbing different sized fish, because then, yeah, you could just pull it by the line. I mean, I guess it's not the most realistic way to grab them, but it could definitely save them a lot of animating and stuff like that. And I mean, there's definitely fish that I pull out of the water by the line. Primarily trout, if I'm going to keep them. Yeah, crayfish, that's a bug. It's actually a 4-star mature. There's a visual bug currently that is making mature and adult animals show up as young in Way of the Hunter. They're aware of it though, and they will be fixing it. May have to cast a little bit further up into the lilies, or maybe even move the boat up a bit. Caught that one, but no action on this second cast. Yeah, Jim, it's nice. I'm glad they actually added some moving water into this game. I know that was a concern for a lot of people, including myself, was the water actually going to look realistic? And I think the water, it honestly has surprised me quite a bit. I like the water in this game quite a lot more than Call of the Wild's water, or the Hunter Call of the Wild's water. I gotta remember to say the Hunter now. That way it isn't confusing. Yeah, Revive, that's why. The developers already pushed a hotfix out to the beta build of the game, so people can opt into the beta and it'll fix that issue along with a few others. However, they recommend backing your save file up first, just in case it gets corrupted when you try to switch from beta back to the main branch. So if you're going to play on the beta for Way of the Hunter, definitely recommend backing up your save file first. But they have already pushed the hotfix out to the beta branch. I think it's just a matter of the animation being too fast, Mopar. I'm actually reeling slow right now, but the reel actually looks like you're reeling quicker than you actually are. Definitely something they'll have to adjust. I believe the animation's the same speed regardless of how quick I'm reeling in. Because right now I'm on pretty much the lowest setting, second lowest. Right now I'm on the lowest and, you know, it still looks relatively the same. It's just the way the game's designed. I'm sure it'll get tweaked, though. We're still not even fully released yet with the game. Yeah, that'd be nice too, BP. Try twitching it downward? We could try. I mean, it's kind of hard to do on this game, but... because I can't go further down than this. You could try it like this, I guess. I mean, when I do it like that, it gives me the jigging retrieval method. Feels so weird to do that, though. Let's just try a straight constant reel. Yeah, definitely, Mopar. It definitely needs a little bit of tweaking. But like I was saying, these developers have been very open to feedback from us content creators during the early access. They've been like all over trying to get as much info from us as possible on like what we think needs tweaked. It's been really nice to see like how open they've been to our suggestions. And so obviously, like, if you guys think that anything needs changed, be sure to tell them in the Discord. Like, be sure to put it in the Discord. I think they have a feedback channel, if I'm not mistaken. If they do, use that feedback channel because they are very open to listening to the type of stuff that we like to see changed in the game. Yeah, Legend, they do automatically change based on what you're doing. Like, it'll tell you what method you're doing, and if you're not doing anything, it'll just disappear. Or if you switch between like I am now, like I'm reeling in for a little bit so it switches to constant, I twitch and it'll go to twitching. Now it's staying on twitching because I'm constantly twitching. If you go up and down, it's jigging, provided it's like the right speed. Yeah, jigging's probably the most difficult of the methods I've seen. Most of them are pretty easy to do. Hey, AB, how's it going? Ooh, that's a fish over there. That actually looked like a sizable fish. Lots of action going on the surface. They're definitely hitting topwater right now, which is good for us. I'm not actually sure, Daniel. Early access, Z-Stang. Content creator early access is from today till the launch of the game on the 31st. It's so that you guys can get a look at it before you purchase it. That way you can decide whether or not it's a game that is for you. If I were to take a guess, Courtney, it would probably be because if they tried to add this to the Hunter Call of the Wild, the game would just break. If I'm being honest, like, Call of the Wild, the Hunter Call of the Wild could not handle having fishing added to it. The game already has a lot of bugs. I'm very happy they didn't try to add this to the Hunter Call of the Wild, because I don't think the game could have handled it at all. I think it would have caused so many bugs and issues. And, like, not everybody that plays a hunting game wants fishing as well, so people that only have the Hunter Call of the Wild for hunting, or if they had added fishing, you know, if they had made it into one game, people that only want hunting, they'd get pretty mad if fishing broke the game for them. So I think it was a good idea to do a separate game. And it makes it a little bit easier for them to develop it because they got a full team just focused on creating it. And with Call of the Wild's like old coding and just how many issues there was with bugs and stuff like that, they needed to start fresh with a fishing game. Start fresh so they can build it from the ground up with the knowledge they know from designing games like Call of the Wild on Apex. They give us a key, cutlery. They just give us a Steam key and then it's ready to go. Yeah, like, as cool as it would be to have Call of the Wild, the Angler, and the Hunter Call of the Wild all in one game, like, if they were able to make it work with no issues, it would be amazing. But I just don't think they would have been able to make it work super well. So I'm happy they did it separately. Yeah, Jebba, that would be interesting. Be very interesting. Alright, let's stop doing the 3-speed twitching now. Sometimes that's all it takes. Do a little bit of twitching on a higher speed, slow it down, and just do a constant on the lowest. I've had quite a few bites doing that, so maybe that'll be the way we get these bass to bite. Yeah, crayfish. I mean, everybody's got their own way of playing it, you know. There is no trolling motor, sadly. There is weather, though. There is weather changes, and it does affect, like, how things look. For a fishing game on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it? I don't even know, to be honest. It's too early. It's way too early to even know. Yeah, right now there is no getting snagged when reeling in. However, if you're trying to reel in a fish next to a rock, if you rub against the rock, it can break your line, so they do have that. But yeah, there is no, like, getting snagged on the bottom or, like, limbs or the lily pads. To be fair, though, I don't think Fishing Planet had that at launch either. But I imagine things like that will get added over time once they kind of have the base game kind of tweaked and designed the way they want it. Then I imagine they'll start adding little things like that. Are there a variety of lures? There is. There's quite a few of them. I think there's like 7 or 8 different lure types and then like 8 different size / colors of each one. 8 to 10, somewhere in that range. Where do we want to head to? I'm thinking maybe over in this area. I don't think I've tried for bass over there, so we'll see if we've got any parts of that area that actually looks like it's got a decent chance at having some bass. Maybe one of these days, Peyton. Right now, we've just got, you know, freshwater, lake, and river fishing, but I'm sure one of these days they'll add some more stuff. They've already talked about the possibilities of, you know, things like saltwater fishing or fly fishing maybe eventually being added, so I could see ice fishing also being an option. Would definitely be cool if they did it. Ooh, that looks like maybe there's a spot over there. Ooh, that's looking good. That's looking real good right there. Really liking what I'm seeing here. Ice fishing on Medved. Yes, Sam. That'd be great. How you doing, Sam? Gosh, look at this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, Hunter17, how's it going? Yeah, Johnny, it's fixed. It was Streamlabs OBS causing the issue. Now that I'm using regular OBS, we don't have any lag or stuttering now. The only reason I even noticed that that was the issue was because I tried recording on Streamlabs as well, and I got the same issue. Oh, there we go. There's a fish. But now that we're doing it here, it's working smoothly once again. Which is amazing. Wait, was that... Is that a little pike? Or was that a whitefish? No, that was a pike. A bronze pike, 3-pounder. Is that the first pike of the day? Drive through Wi-Fi is all I gotta say. Oh man, Sam. Sounds like you're having fun. Hey Liam, I'm glad you're enjoying the content, man. That's awesome to hear. No, there is no animals on land, I don't think. Definitely something they could add at some point, though, I'm sure. One thing you guys gotta remember is, like Call of the Wild, I'm assuming that this game is gonna have a lot of stuff added over the years. This is just the initial launch. Call of the Wild was pretty bare bones when it got released, and I'm going to assume it'll be similar with the Angler. It'll just slowly get improved over the years until the game has like an insane amount of stuff. Can you mount fish? No, it's catch and release only. There is ways to take like trophy shots though. They should add birds that fish. That could be interesting. Just an eagle swoops down and takes the fish off your line. I've seen that happen to some people before. Pretty crazy. Honestly, I kind of like fishing through these weeds. It makes it interesting when a pike just jumps up out of nowhere and snatches it off the surface. Oh, there we go. That was shocking. I didn't even see it. I expected to not get any that time because we were almost at the boat. Is that that's a bass? No, wait, that's a rainbow. I didn't know rainbow trout were right here. I thought they were mainly in the rivers. Nice, though. Nice. Yes, there is multiplayer. Unfortunately, I'm not able to play it because my Apex Connect account has been really buggy. Nice, we leveled up to 41. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I can say this because Jaxiebeard said it on his live stream. There's no max level, guys. There's no max level. So you can continue to level up your character as high as you can possibly go. Which is amazing. Like, the levels in this game, that's really going to show you, like, who plays the game a lot and who doesn't. Like, you could run into somebody who's played, like, thousands of hours of the game and is, like, level 1000 or something crazy. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be very cool. Yeah, Civ, I think it's worth it. I mean, obviously, it's got some problems that need addressed. But it's got a pretty good foundation, and with my experiences with the development team, just talking to them, they've been very helpful, they've been very open to suggestions, and they're constantly asking, like, you know, let us know what you guys think needs tweaked. And let us know changes you'd like to see to some of the existing mechanics and things. Like, they've been super, super open to everything, which is awesome to see. So I do think this is a pretty good title to get. I think the biggest thing to know going in is that it's definitely not perfect. And there's definitely lots of room for improvement. Oh, look at that guy jump! Gold largemouth, 6.57 pounds. It's crazy. That is crazy. I love that jump right at the end. I definitely think the jumping animation for the largemouth is much better than the other species that I've seen. Something about the way that largemouth jumps is just... oof. Love it. They do, Sam? Oh, man, now I'm gonna have to go get some. You're making me want French toast sticks now. It does, Jebin. That's kind of the way I see it. Like, it's got a lot of potential. It's got some problems at the moment, but overall it's got a good core. If they do some things like add some more animations to like recovering the fish out of the water, if they add some more like jumping animations, maybe smooth out some of the animations and like transitions between animations, stuff like that. And also maybe adjust the behaviors of the fish slightly to make it so they don't always want the same lures. I think that's one of my biggest complaints right now, is that once you find a lure that that species likes, it's pretty easy to just catch a ton of fish with it. That I would like to see changed. Yeah, definitely, Justin, definitely. Definitely, because they do have a track record of supporting their games for years. I mean, just look at the Hunter Classic. That game has been supported for so long. So is Call of the Wild and Gen Zero. They're very good at, like, continuously updating their games. I think the only reason that the Hunter Call of the Wild has so many issues is because it was the first game they made, or one of the first games they made on the Apex engine, so there was probably a lot of stuff they didn't know about developing on the engine. So I imagine that that's why the Hunter Call of the Wild has so many issues. But so far, I have not noticed too many, like, bugs in the Angler. There's definitely, like, some things I'd like to see tweaked, but I haven't really noticed any, like, big bugs at all. And the few bugs that I have had, they haven't really been that immersion breaking. And I'm sure that's going to be a positive to pretty much everybody. Minimal bugs is great. Like, they can change game mechanics and things like that. As long as there's not a ton of bugs, then it's a decent experience. You can use controller. Yeah, I've played Fishing Planet. I didn't really like the game too much as a whole, just mainly because of the progression system. It felt like I always had to fish for the most expensive fish there in order to make my money back from traveling. And as somebody who likes to move around fishing locations a lot, that Fishing Planet was just never for me, because I couldn't just move around to different locations as often as I wanted to without going broke. But Fishing Planet does have some beautiful environments, good fish animations, all that stuff. For sure. Yeah, Volt, I believe this one is $29.99 from what I'm hearing. How often does Call of the Wild get a new map? Every 6 months for the Hunter Call of the Wild. I'm assuming it'll be similar for this game, I hope. Oh, you can, Justin. You can walk through the entire world. In fact, we can go do that a little bit. Let's travel to one of the other locations. But this entire map right here, you can travel through all of it. There's still a bunch of lakes I haven't really even discovered yet. Like, you can find new lakes, and then it'll give you information about the lake, like this one. It'll tell you, like, what you can find in that lake. And I think there's, like, 20 or 25 of these little hidden lakes like this that you can discover and get info about. So I think we might go search around a little bit since you want to see some of the exploration. So the question is, where do we go? Let's start up around here. I have not gone to this point of interest, so we'll probably head over there. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Track and fast travel. Yeah, as of now, we don't know a date for the consoles or what consoles the game's going to be on. But it will be coming to console eventually. That we do know. Where's the vehicles? Oh, maybe I don't have the vehicles right there, actually. I think... Oh, there's definitely one down there. There we go. I don't know about on launch rate, but there's definitely going to be some fixes for things like that pretty quickly. I feel like most of that's probably pretty easy to fix, so I couldn't see it taking too long. Alright, let's head over. We gotta get... Actually, we could go here first. I honestly kind of want to fish on this river. This is like a kind of more of a desert area. Might be cool to head over there and see what we can find. Where is the road? Okay, so if we go up this way, that'll be easiest, I think. Something to note in this game, going off-road is not necessarily the greatest idea. It does slow things down quite a bit, so it's good to stick to the roads. Yeah, there's no muskie. There is northern pike, though. Another thing to remember, guys, is like Call of the Wild, this game will get new maps eventually, which will add new fish. So they're not going to have everything on launch. There's currently one map, and there will be more maps added in the future that will have different species. I'm sure eventually we'll get a map that will have muskie. I mean, muskie are very popular. I couldn't see them not eventually being added. Okay, that's not where we need to go. Oh, gosh. Oh! There we go. We're good now. Oh! I look down for like 2 seconds at chat, and I fall in the water. That went great. Let's see. Alright. Cross this and we're good. This is definitely not a good thing to do. Don't drive on bridges or catwalks. Don't recommend. But we're doing it. Let's make sure there's no pedestrians there, or else that's gonna end poorly. That's not how you fish. Ah, man, you're right. I thought I had to throw the vehicle in there. Thought that's how I catch the fish, but maybe I should throw the bait in there instead. There we go. And we're almost to the main road. Alright, so we gotta take 2 rights. Yeah, just 2 rights and we're good. This path wasn't made for walking. It's definitely not now. Be very concerned if somebody tried to walk on it while I was driving on it. It's pretty fun, Scott. It definitely needs some more tweaks and balancing passes, but the game is fun. Does the game lag a lot? It hasn't been for me. While streaming and having my settings completely maxed at 1080p, I'm getting 75 FPS. And while streaming, that's pretty good. When I'm not streaming, I top out at like 100 FPS. Overshot it a little bit. Yeah, Waylon, we fixed it. It was Streamlabs OBS causing the lag earlier. Now that I switched over to regular OBS, we don't have our overlays anymore. However, it got rid of the lag, so I think it's worth it. Even though we're lacking the overlays now. There we go, new fast travel location. That's good because we had to drive all the way over here for that challenge, so could have been nice to have that. Then I could have just drove down to that spot instead of having to walk. Yeah, crayfish. Oh, pretty much, man. Did you pass the driver test? Oh. Oh, probably not. Nope. No. We definitely didn't. I mean, you see my driving. Holy. The speeds you can reach with this thing. We're currently driving 60 miles per hour. Let me out, I'm getting car sick. Apologies. I'm sorry. I hope they had a third person at some point, because, yeah, it does get a little dizzying sometimes. Ooh, that is... Wow, that's a cool little section of river. I want to get out and fish, actually. We'll head to that spot later. This spot has caught my eye. This reminds me of a lot of places on, like, the rivers that I grew up fishing for trout. Would not be surprised if there's some rainbows in here. Maybe even some golden trout, but probably just rainbows. Right now, this is probably the most appealing thing to me, being able to just, like, stop anywhere and fish. Any place we see, we can stop and fish, which is my favorite part of the game. Question is, will we get any bites here? I mean, they're very different games, Yopper. I mean, since I am primarily hunting... Since I mainly do, like, a hunting game content, I think I like Way of the Hunter a little more, because it's more of, like, my style, but this game's pretty fun. It's relaxing. It can be a good change of pace. Yes, CR, I've fished a ton in real life. That's what I grew up doing. Like, any free time I'd have, I'd go trout fishing in the rivers. Oh. Oh, that was so cool. He jumped, like, right next to the lure. I don't think he's interested, though. Maybe our tackle's a little too heavy? I don't even know what lure I'm using at the moment. I didn't check. Now, let's check real quick. Size 5 spinner. I mean, that should be fine. Maybe we need to downsize our setup slightly. Take the popper off. And we'll keep the size 5 spinner, but maybe the line was just too thick for those fish. Let's actually move a little bit further over. Maybe we can get this guy's attention. Come on. I want to get this guy's attention because he looks like a pretty decent rainbow. Looks like it could be a gold. Possibly a diamond, but most likely just a gold at the max. Do they have fly fishing? Not right now, BP. At launch, it's just a spin fishing, bobber fishing, and you can also use casting rods. Does it have controller support? It does. There is controller support. This is a beautiful river, though. I think this might be one of my new favorite places to go. Just visually, this is one of the nicest looking locations. Oh yeah, definitely, Civ. I hope they add bottom rods, man. Like, float fishing's cool, spin fishing's cool, but in most fishing games, I've always done a lot of bottom fishing. Now let's speed up our reeling a little bit. I don't think this fish is interested at all. Which is interesting, because most fish that I've gone after in this game so far, they don't deny, like, lures that they're used to being caught with. Like, a lot of times if I'm fishing for trout, most of them will bite on the same lures. Maybe we can see this thing. Oh, this is way more shallow than I thought it was. I didn't even look at, like, the depth. We could totally, like, get a close look at this fish, I bet. I don't see it, though. It might have moved on, actually. I think the fish actually moved on. I no longer see it in this little spot right here. Yeah, it definitely moved on. No wonder it wasn't going for anything. There is no trophy lodge in the game as of now. It's a possibility in the future, but at launch there is no trophy lodges. Now let's walk back over here. Spooked him? They don't actually spook from the characters from what I've seen. I have yet to spook a fish. Ooh, there we go. And that was a bit of feedback I gave to them, is that I'd like to see it easier to spook fish. Because as of now, I don't think I've spooked a single fish. And it would be more realistic to be able to spook them if you, like, run along the shoreline, or if you, like, jump in the water, or if you just cast, like, too close to them. I've had so many trout spook in real life from the lure landing too close to them. Things like that would be really nice for immersion purposes. Oh, there we go, finally. Finally hooked into one of these. Definitely a small one, as it's coming in super easily. You know, this reminds me of, like, catching, like, a 10 or an 11-inch cutthroat trout on medium tackle. You kind of just reel them straight in. That was a little 3-pound rainbow trout on, I think, like, 15-pound tackle. Nice little dude, though. That's a cool picture, just with, like, the lighting and everything behind me. Love it. Oh, yeah, that'd be super cool, BP. I like Way of the Hunter better, Marst. I like Way of the Hunter better. But I enjoy both of them because they provide very different experiences. And you say be honest, but I'm honest with all of my opinions. If I say I enjoy a game, I genuinely enjoy it. If I say that I don't enjoy it, then I don't enjoy it. That's a little dude. See, like in real life, if I cast my line just over top of it, at least with a lot of the trout that I've fished for in real life, most of them would probably have spooked from the splash. Especially if you're using a heavier lure that hits the water a bit harder. So I would like to see that added at some point. Being able to spook fish by casting too close to them. Except for bass, like I think bass typically would react to that. Yeah, that too, Johnny. Sometimes they do instantly hit it instead of getting spooked off. It depends on like the temperament of the fish. Like some of them are just aggressive. Others are a little more skittish and get spooked by things. Some little things like that would make this game 10 times better. Yeah, Rattlesnake, I've tried it. It's not too bad. It definitely needs some improvements as well, but it's a pretty fun game. I've only played Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2 off-stream, but it's not a bad game. It's pretty decent. It's better than Ultimate Fishing Sim 1, for sure. Is there a codex to see how many diamonds or golds we get? Kind of, but you can't actually see the number of diamonds. What they've done instead is it shows your personal best for each fish. And I think the reason they did that is because they don't want it to be a game that's just about getting as many diamonds as possible. It's more along the lines of, like, trying to top your personal bests, or, like, the personal best catch of somebody else. I can see why, but I would like to see how many of each I get as well. Oh, I see a fish going for it. Let's hope that he bites before it gets all the way back over here. Because if I stop the retrieval, he'll stop chasing it, probably. Oh. Is that a bluegill? Oh, wait. Is that a bluegill? I think that's a bluegill. That kind of looked like a bluegill. Do I have any, lighter lines? 11 pound. I have 1 pound line. I mean, I should probably get rid of the 1 pound line and then use like 3 or 4. I want to catch this guy though. I got an idea. Let's go to a jigging rod or a jigging setup. Gonna have to go with a super light one. Man, that hook size is too big. I don't have the right stuff on me, so guess lure fishing it is. We got this size 8 spinnerbait. That might be okay. Yeah, if I had any on me, I'd be using that, Connor. But I brought the wrong size of jig head. Let's do like a faster retrieval for a bit, and then when we get a bit closer, we'll slow it down. I think I see one of the fish maybe coming over here. Yeah, but it's all I've got on me, Revive. I think the smallest hook size in the game is like 10. I don't have any size 10s on me, though. Hey, it worked. Is it a bluegill, though? It looked like one. Oh my gosh, that is... It wasn't a bluegill. It was a bluegill-sized bass. Oh my. You know, if there was a Hall of Shame, you'd be in it. That's amazing, though. That's hilarious. Here we're thinking that there's bluegill in here, and it's not even. It's just a juvenile largemouth bass. Oh my gosh. Yeah, biggest bass ever, definitely. We got a giant right here. We just got ourselves a giant. Hey, I'll take it, though. I don't think I've caught one that tiny before, so... Still kind of cool regardless. I'm curious, will just changing the lure size on here attract some of these smaller fish, or is the line on this holding us back? Because I think it's like 22 pound. Something around that range. Well, that's a little bit of a bigger bass right there, I think. The great one largemouth bass. Yes. Indeed. Hey, Simon, it's been good, man. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you have a good evening. Oh, yeah, I see a fish going for it. It's just to the, like, right and slightly behind the lure. Ooh. That was a different fish, but I kind of hope that one bites instead. That one looked much nicer. That one looked so much better. There we go. There's one of them. Which one, though? That would be the rainbow. Bronze rainbow trout, 4.22 pounds. There was definitely a bigger one there. Thank you, Jack. I'm glad you think so, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's not too bad, Connor. It's not too bad. I'm not sure, Ace. I think it's because there's like 3 or 4 different... Oh, wait. There we go. Or no, I'm thinking of a different game. I'm actually not sure. They probably did it just for like ease of conversion, I guess, between metric and imperial. Who knows, though? They might change it at some point. A bronze largemouth, 3.35 pounds. That was definitely the one that we saw jumping. I wish there was a way to rotate the camera. That's something I would like to see. Ability to zoom in and rotate. I know, right, Revive? That is definitely something I would like to see changed. Try a little bit further this way. Not that I know of, Julio. I don't think so. At least I didn't see anything in the options. It seems to be a pretty common question, though, so remember, the more you guys say the stuff that you'd like to see added or changed in the game, in their Discord, the better chance that it'll actually get changed. So, since I've seen a lot of people saying that they'd like to be able to turn the strike indicator off, let them know that in the feedback channel in the Angler Discord. Yeah, Murphy, I have seen it. It's not actually the age glitch. What it is it's just displaying as young, but they actually are still the same animals as before. I checked because I had just finished streaming when that patch got pushed out. I went back to some of the fallow deer that I had that were matures, and I knew they were. The same fallow deer were there, but they all said young. So it is definitely just a visual bug. I don't know, Justin. Maybe a little bit, but I think a lot of it is that they do want, like, the community's help with tweaking and getting the game to the state that everybody wants it at. Because there's only so much you can get, like, feedback-wise from, like, content creators and game testers and stuff. Like, getting it out to the public is the best way to figure out what everybody wants to see and what people don't like. I think. Okay, we just heard one. Was that over there? Let's sit and watch for a second. You know, it's getting kind of late. Maybe a little bit of topwater fishing might be good. Toss a little popper on there, since we do have some bass in this area. I don't know, Revive. That's a good question. I mean, they use, like, millimeters, but I don't think that would be the proper measurement to use for this. Millimeters, centimeters. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Justin. That's kind of what they've done in the past with some of their games, like the Hunter Call of the Wild, Generation Zero, Second Extinction. Like, a lot of the expansive worlds and just Avalanche games, a lot of them do get tweaked over time based on community feedback. Like I've said a few times, I think the game has a very good foundation. There's a lot of stuff that's very well done, but then there's also some stuff that I'd like to see tweaked and changed and adjusted. Overall, it's a pretty awesome and fun time, but definitely needs some polish in areas. Yeah, exactly, Connor. That's kind of my thought on that as well. We saw one jump right there. I might want to cross the river. Also, when it starts getting nighttime, it's so beautiful in game. Like the reflections on the water, the kind of like rays of the sun as it's setting, going through the trees, looks so nice. It's not fully out yet, Cactus Jake. It is currently in Content Creator Early Access. The game will be fully coming out on PC August 31st. The console release date is unannounced as of now. And once they have a release date, they'll let us know that. Yeah, me too, Justin. I think they can make it great for sure. The way I see it is, even if you don't like the game on launch, there's definitely a very high possibility that in a couple years, after they've added some stuff and changed some things, that people that didn't like it on launch might end up enjoying it. Ah, of course we cross over and one jumped over there. Yes, there is catfish. Hey, Bailey. I like the game so far. Needs some changes, but overall, it's a solid start to what is probably going to be a pretty amazing fishing game after a little bit of updates. Oh. Believe that was a trout that just jumped in front of us. I couldn't quite catch it in time to get a good look at it. Nice, Kathy. There is no sturgeon on launch, no. Yeah, the bluegill are hard to find, Connor. I have yet to see a bluegill. I've caught some catfish, and they will be in a video soon. Probably tomorrow's video will be on catfish. The catfish are kind of slow to catch. Like, they don't bite as often, from what I've seen, as, like, the trout or the bass. Which is probably why nobody's going for them on stream, because it's a little bit slower. Which is why I'll probably do videos for catfish, because then I can cut out the, like, 20 minutes of waiting to get a bite. I'm not sure if they'll do great ones. They haven't really talked about that. I believe they mentioned the possibility of rare fish being added at some point, though. It's already out on console, CM. It's not going to be on the older generation consoles, though, unfortunately. I think it's clear they don't want the popper. I don't know, that size 8 spinnerbait worked great. Oh. Invasive plant.
The burr-like seeds there. That's hound's tongue. Terrible toxic trash. Pick out some more and I'll wipe them out before anyone chows down.
Do you think they're gonna bite? I don't know. These ones seem to be kind of finicky. These ones are not biting as quickly as some of the other fish that I've ran into. We're gonna just remember this location because I actually really like the way this part of the river looks, but let's head down to the spot we were actually planning to go to before it gets dark. So from what I understand, this game's in-game time is tied to whatever your real-life time is. But I feel like at least in the content creator early access, I don't know if it's working properly because every time I leave the game, it resets it to daytime. And, I mean, it's definitely not this dark in real life right now for me, as it's only 3:54 p.m. So I'm curious if it's bugging out because it's an early access build. But supposedly the time is supposed to go off of your real life time. Oh, I'm sure they will, Jonah. I couldn't see them not adding carp eventually. Carp are such a massive, massively popular fish species. Hey, Ryan, how's it going, man? Try to lay off on the caps a little bit, otherwise Nightbot tends to, get a little bit crazy. Oh, that would be insane, Civ. Bow fishing would be wild. I think with their catch and release, what's the word? I'll just rephrase it. I guess because they do catch and release only, I don't think we'll get bow fishing, but my gosh, that'd be awesome. Oh! Alright, don't take turns like that fast. Oh! Going crazy here. Ooh, hold on. I need to get that. How's the trophy system? Are you talking like the bronze, silver, gold, diamond? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. It's pretty good. Just like Call of the Wilds for the most part. Yeah, definitely, Connor. Like, the driving looks good, but definitely needs a little bit of tweaking to, like, the sensitivity and maybe the speeds. Okay, Even though this isn't the spot we were going to, I gotta stop and look. Oh, that is awesome. No, Levi, there's no way to see what the requirements are for every species. Isn't that awesome, though, that waterfall? Man. Get that plant discovered there. That is awesome. Oh, that is awesome. No, there is no mounts. It's a catch and release fishing game. The developers wanted a heavy focus on catch and release. So there is no, like, mounts or trophy lodges. You know, that brings me to a question. What do you guys do in real life? Do you catch and release? Do you keep them? Do you do a mix of both? I personally do a mix of both depending on the species. If it's, like, native trout, then I release most of them. If it's salmon, then I typically keep them. Bass fishing, I typically release them. Saltwater fishing, for the most part, I keep everything. Really depends on the fish for me. If it's like a hatchery fish that are stocked into ponds, I keep those because they typically don't have the resilience to survive being released. Got you. Okay, so you guys are pretty much the same as me. A mix of both depending on, like, the species or if you plan to eat it. Kind of figured that's the way it would be. Yeah, revive, definitely. Yeah, I try to release most, like native trout, because, obviously, I really enjoy trout fishing in the rivers in Oregon, and I want those trout populations to stay good of the wild trout. So for wild trout, I try to release all of them, but I keep all the hatchery fish, obviously. And most of the, like, Chinook salmon and steelhead and stuff like that in a lot of Oregon's rivers are hatchery fish, so those ones I always keep. They're amazing eating as well. Nothing quite like a good Chinook salmon. So good. Nice, Civ, that's awesome. Let's restart our game real quick, because that seems to make it daytime. Just real quickly do that. Do I fish for pike IRL? No, there's sadly no pike in Oregon. I think the closest thing we have is the occasional chain pickerel, but they're pretty rare as well. Is there steelhead? Not in the game, but I hope eventually there will be. There is rainbow trout, though. And I mean, steelhead are just a sea-run rainbow trout, so... Close.
What is it about your hobby that...
No, there's no way to change time, as it's supposed to be based off of your real-life time. I think in early access, because there isn't a ton of people playing and we're playing on an unreleased build, like an early build, it's not working properly, so it seems it progresses a little bit too quickly and then resets whenever you restart your game, but it's supposed to base it off of your real-life time. There, now that it's daytime, we can actually see better. We can actually see a little bit better. I kind of want to go right underneath this waterfall. I'll bet there's some fish hiding here. At least in real life, anytime that I'm trout fishing, like below a falls or around rapids, there's almost always some fish. That's a bass right there. He looked like a smaller one, so let's go with our lighter setup. Oh, I forgot I have 1 pound line on this. That's no. That's not good. Let's go back to the 11 pound line. Oh, am I not allowed to use that other lure on here? Oh. No, it just randomly disappeared? Hold on, can I access it from here? Oh, there it is. That was strange. I couldn't see it in there, but I can get it right here. There is a dam on the map. Yes, there is. And it looks pretty nice. Let's crank this in here a little bit. Get it closer to that fish we're after. Although it looks like we actually might have another one going for it. They don't have trophy lodges, statues. Sadly, no trophy lodges. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's a bass. Decent little 4-pound silver. Oh yeah, aquariums would be great. And honestly, that was one of the suggestions they were given by a lot of people when they did the first, like, angler reveal stream. So many people said that aquariums would be a good alternative if they didn't want to do regular lodges, and I agree. It would be good. The flex on that rod, though, yeah, this is one of my lighter rods. So it's got quite a bit of it. There we go. I do hope they give us some options to, like, change the way the camera works, because right now it always focuses the rod. It would be nice to be able to focus the fish instead. This guy's got a good bit of fight in him. It's smaller than the last. I think it was just the fact that it was farther away, so it took longer. Yeah, I thought he was big for a second, man. Doesn't look like it. I know, right, Daniel? Yeah, Connor, it's definitely a lighter setup. We could go to... I mean, here's my heavy casting setup. I forgot what this rod is. So this rod is a 66 pound. Max line strength of 33 pounds. Extra heavy. Fast action. 2.19 yards. Yeah, they definitely need to just, like, measure the yard in... Or, not the yard. Measure the rod in feet. Measure the fish in feet/inches as well. Yeah, this is a pretty heavy setup. I don't know if we're going to get any bites on it, but if we do, it'll probably be a big fish, so that's a plus right there. We'll just chuck it in there, see if there's maybe a giant hiding that we didn't notice. Yeah, pretty much, Johnny. Like, roughly in that range. Yeah, it's a beautiful rod and reel, Connor. That's one of the reasons I bought this one. Because not only was it a little bit of a heavier rod, but it also looks really nice. Yeah, Dylan, this is the angler. I don't know as of now, Julio, but we have caught a lake trout earlier today during the first stream where I was having some issues. And it weighed like 25 pounds, I think. And it was only a silver. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, do you guys see that pike? Oh my gosh, look at that pike. That thing might be a diamond. Gotta loosen that drag up. I don't want to lose this guy. Oh my gosh, that pike is massive. Tighten the drag a bit more. Just want to make sure I don't get it too tight. That's a big fish, though. My gosh, that's huge. Well, I'm glad I switched to the heavy setup. That was the perfect time to do that. Come on, big boy. You might be able to go slightly tighter on the drag as well. This guy doesn't seem to be stressing out the line too much. I know, right? Vex is literally like perfect timing on the switch. If I had continued using that other rod, this guy probably would have broke off immediately. Yeah, he did, Johnny. I think he was using lighter tackle, though, so it shouldn't take us that long. Because I'm using a pretty heavy setup for him. Ooh, don't want to do that. Alright, so 65 is about the limit I can go on the drag. I tried to go to 70, and it was just not a good idea at all. Immediately took us into the red. Jeez, that guy's going crazy. Out to 28 meters now. Yes, you can. You can pump the rod with right click, and then you can move it with the mouse. Like I'm moving it right now. This guy's putting up a crazy fight. Gosh, man. Yeah, this thing's putting up a crazy fight. This might end up taking quite a while, guys. Some of these bigger fish do take quite a long time to reel in. Especially if they're, like, towards the limits of what your tackle can handle. And as of now, we don't know exactly how big this guy is, but he's gotta be a diamond. We are slowly gaining on him, so that's a positive. Slowly gaining like a couple meters at a time. Yeah, he's coming towards us now. Do we finally have him? Yeah, he's coming in now. Beautiful. Might have spoke too soon. He's running again. There he is. Look at that giant. We got him. Please be a diamond. Holy, it's a diamond. 25 pounds. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this dude. 25-pound pike. Oh my gosh, that's huge. Now that right there is a trophy fish. And I believe that's my first non-mission diamond as well, because like all the other diamonds that we've caught have been from the missions to catch them. Wow, that is awesome. Our first non-mission diamond is a giant pike. That was probably the most exciting fight I've had as well. Seeing that guy just go towards our lure and then take it, and then the lengthy fight afterwards, that was awesome. Get a few different screenshots of this guy. I mean, he doesn't even fit in this screen right here. That's crazy. Yeah, it is a beautiful spot as well. Like, this area looks fantastic. This fish fought like crazy. I mean, it's 12 pounds bigger than my best pike. That's pretty crazy. We'll take a look at it for a little bit longer before we let this guy go, but my gosh, that thing's huge. Yeah, Johnny, the perfect timing. That's a beautiful fish. Feels so wrong having to release it though. We're used to taxidermizing diamonds and stuff in the Hunter Call of the Wild, but since you can't mount anything in the angler, all we can do is release it. But my gosh, that was a lot of fun. That was the best fish fight we've had. Just absolutely incredible. Yeah, there's no taxidermizing stuff as the game's based on catch and release. You know, I'm going to remember this place forever. This is forever going to be a place that I go for bass fishing and pike fishing from now on. That was crazy. And it looks like maybe we can even go further down into that little, like, finger that pops off of this, Ooh. There's another pike. He's not as big, but there is another pike there. Let's try to get that one, too. It is what it is, Dasher. Maybe one of these days we'll be able to. The good thing is we can still get screenshots of it. I think what they need to do is maybe give us a little more variety with the trophy shots. Make it so we can move our camera around, make it so we can zoom in and out. Different poses. Like, that type of stuff would be cool. Definitely, Daniel. And that's a good point. Like, that has been a problem for fishing games in the past. Not getting the scale of the fish right. Where, like, the weight doesn't match the actual way the fish looks. You're right. That one did look pretty accurate, size-wise. So that is a very big positive. The fish animations may not be as smooth as I would have liked, but the actual models of the fish, and yeah, like you were saying, the size of them, it seems pretty good. I just can't believe we got ourselves a diamond pike. That is wild. What lure am I using? I will show you guys real quickly. So, that was with the 1/0 spinner. Right here, 1/0 spinner. And then the rod and reel that I was using is the Spira. And the, that reel, that one. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then 33-pound fluorocarbon. Because I use fluoro in real life and it's amazing. That brings me to another question. What line do you guys use? Do you use braided, monofilament, fluoro? A different type of line, maybe? What is your guys' preference in fishing line? Because I use a variety of different lines depending on the fish I'm going for, but fluoro has always been my go-to in most situations. I find it to be a very durable and smooth line for casting, and also seems to be pretty invisible for the most part. Where did our vehicle go? We stopped up here, right? Yeah, we definitely did. Oh, we reset. That's right. I forgot about that. We reset our game so the vehicle disappeared. Mono. Depends on the mood and how much you want to spend. True, that is a good point. Mono for bass, braid for muskie, braided, mono. Big braided guy here. Don't like fluoro as much because it has bad memory. I guess it depends on the quality of the fluoro as well. Because the fluoro that I've always used has been pretty good quality stuff. Ooh, that was a fish. I guess we're going to be casting out there next. I like this location a lot. This is very beautiful. 15-pound fluoro. 80-pound test braided line. Depends on the gear and fish. True, true. Mono for crappie. Braided for gar. Yes, diamond is the best. Copolymer. It's a blend of mono and fluoro. I might have to try that. I don't think I've used it before. Braided. Braid. It seems like a lot of you like braid and then mono's not too far behind. Few people that use the fluoro. I don't know, I've just always liked fluoro. But then again, I mainly fish for trout with fluorocarbon. Like river trout. And I find that for trout, it's pretty great. But for salmon, I use typically like between 15 and 30 pound mono, depending on the setup I'm using. Depending on what I'm fishing with and where I'm fishing will determine which line I use, but it's usually mono for, ooh, we can get a boat right here. It's usually mono for the salmon. Yeah, exactly, Connor. That's one of the main reasons I use it. It's very, it's quite invisible line. And most of the trout that I catch are like under 2 pounds, so... Because cutthroats generally are pretty small. So it works great for them. Let's go back to where we saw that fish now that we got this fast travel location. I want to see if we can hook into that little guy. It looked like a bass. Looked like we had a little bass here. Oh, that's a log under there. Or is that a rock? Oh, it's a rock. I thought it was a fish head for a second. Yeah, true. Braid is great, right? But it does have some issues with, like, getting caught around things and then snapping. That is something I have noticed when using it. It also can get tangled up easier if you're not careful. Like, causing, like, bird nests in your reel. Things like that. Let's try reel speed 2. That worked out really good over at the waterfall. Yes, Lara, you can customize your character. There is so many clothing options as well, like, there is tons of customization. And I'm pretty happy that they decided to do that. Because Call of the Wild, or the Hunter Call of the Wild doesn't have a lot of customization for your character. Here there is so many different clothing options. Oh, there's a fish. It's a decent bass. That guy's probably a gold, maybe diamond, but probably gold. We are finally running into some of the giants, though. Love to see it. There we go. Definitely a little bit larger than some of the other bass we've caught today. I think this one is a gold. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's a gold. 6.86 pounds. That's actually a good one. That's a pretty good one. Because I know the diamond bass are... And this is spoilers, so if you guys don't want to know what diamond is for bass, then stop listening for the next, like, 15 seconds. But from what I've seen, diamond for the bass is between, like, 10... more than 10 pounds, under 15 pounds. Nobody knows the max, obviously, because only a few people have even seen them at this point, but it seems to be about around there, so 686 is actually a pretty good gold. Definitely not bad. This is a very solid fish. That is the one that we saw hit the surface too, I think. Pretty sure that's the same one. Hold on, let me drink a little bit of water real quick, guys. We're not going to go for catfish today because it actually takes much longer. From my experience, it takes longer to get them to bite than it does the other fish. So I'm going to save the catfish for probably either tomorrow's video or the day after. But don't worry, we will do some catfish fishing. I already caught like a nice catfish that I want to put in a video. So we will have a catfish video. Your character was not amused or impressed. I know, right? Is there a story mode or missions, or is it just go out and fish? There is some missions. There isn't like a base story mode. I don't think. There's a couple like big missions to complete, and then there is a ton of like little jobs throughout the map. Like, I think there's like 10 plus different missions of like searching for invasive species of plants, like infested trees, Bigfoot tracks. Like, there's lots of things to search for. There's tons of collectibles to collect. There's different fishing missions to like catch a fish at a specific location, or to catch a diamond fish at a specific location. There's lots of stuff like that. Oh, that's cool, Thomas. I didn't know that, actually. It makes sense, though. Yeah, that is pretty cool, though. I can't quite tell, but I think I see the outline of a fish. Well, let's reel up, and then we will cast back out. No, honestly, it's quicker to cut the line. Whenever you break off, you don't lose the lure in this game. Like, once you purchased a lure, you get, like, an infinite amount of them. So, I typically just cut the line if I'm going to reel back up to recast. Definitely, Connor. I'd love to see that. And they've talked about that being a very high possibility that it'll eventually happen, so high hopes for possible rares in the future. Would definitely be a game changer. I don't think so, Daniel. From what I've seen, whenever you're on one of those missions, it's just like there is a diamond fish there for you to catch for the mission, and then it's just a matter of finding where it is in that area. I think they're put there for the missions, just like in Call of the Wild's mission animals. Like, there's mission diamonds in Call of the Wild, or in the Hunter Call of the Wild, so I think it's similar in this. Like, some of those diamond missions, you'll see, like, a higher chance of a diamond being one of the first things you catch for the mission. Yeah, AB. We always have quite a few awesome people here in the chat, for sure. Have a lot of cool conversations outside of the game as well. Always a fun time. Okay, I think this is actually not a good place to cast. It seems like maybe that fish was the only one here. Oh. Talk about timing. I guess we'll try to get that guy. Let's crank this in a little bit first, get it closer to where he is. Then we'll drop the reel speed down. Hey, it worked. I see him. He's going for it. There is no great ones or rares on launch, but they have said that rares are a very high possibility for the future. Which would be cool, as I don't think there's any fishing game that has rares from what I know. Maybe I'm forgetting one, but I don't think any fishing game has rares. That'd be cool. Brian, thank you for the 10 months, dude. Really appreciate it. The alert's not going to show on stream right now because I'm having to use regular OBS. Because Streamlabs OBS was causing... it was causing major lag with only the angler. For, like, absolutely no reason. So I'm using regular OBS, so the alerts are not going to be popping up, unfortunately. But I really appreciate the 10 months, Brian. Had a 5-star young mountain go to my map. Someone said that was a glitch. Yeah, so basically that 5-star that you found was actually mature. There's a visual glitch happening right now in Way of the Hunter that's causing all animals to display as young when you spot them, but the actual animal itself is still the same age that it always was, so that most likely is a 5-star mature. That was just showing up as a young. Can we jump this? Oh. Nope. Yeah, that didn't work. Oh, there we go. We made it. Oh, there's a fish. Hey, little dude. Cast too slow. Well, that's unfortunate. Probably gonna... Yeah, missed water. Eee. Nope. Didn't let me jump. There... Almost. Oh, we made it! There we go. Okay. Now we should be able to get over there. Ooh, nope, still not far enough away. That's a problem. We're gonna have to cross the bridge and go over there, I think. Yeah, full-on parkour. Full-on parkour trying to get over there. Definitely, Cody. It's beautiful. That's one of the major strong points of the game so far is the atmosphere and the look of the map, and the lighting are top-notch. So beautiful. No, you can't adjust the cast distance too much. Depending on how hard you, like, swipe your mouse, it can make it slightly farther or closer, but not a ton. I'd love to see some adjustments to that at some point. And the casting distance also is determined by the gear you're using, like the size of the lure, the rod and reel and line you're using. I feel like I remember seeing something about the casting eventually being adjusted, though, so maybe they will change it, and I'm almost positive that they'll improve it at some point to give more variety. Or I guess more control over your casting. There is... Oh, gosh, why am I not thinking of this? Never mind, guys. There actually is a way to do it. I was just completely, like, blanked out there. Full-on brain fart moment. There is a way to do a shorter cast. That's a silver bass. So, I've been left-clicking. You can right-click to do a close one. I always forget about that because in most cases I don't need it, but right-click does, like, a little flip out like that. I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but yeah, you can do like a half-distance cast by right-clicking. So, still not perfect, but definitely better. Yeah, Easton, we got a diamond northern pike. My first ever non-mission diamond as well, so that was pretty incredible. That guy's got some fight to him. Okay, that's actually a decent bass, I think. He's making our indicator go red. Definitely bigger than the last two. This might be a good gold. Yeah. Wow, 7.85 pounds. That's a big gold. That's a good gold fish right there. Good gold bass. What a beauty. I think that's our best bass of the day. Yeah, you can jig the rod. You can for sure. Let's just keep flipping under this bridge or like right along the bridge. This is working out pretty good. But yeah, you can do little, you can do twitching method. You can do jigging, which is just like... And it'll tell you in the bottom right what method you're using. Probably not this stream, Brian, but that is a possibility in the game. You can do night fishing for catfish. Most likely I'm going to save the catfish fishing for a stream, though, because it takes longer to get them to bite. And so I'm deciding to save that for a stream. Or not a stream, a video. What am I saying? Me too, Connor. That would be awesome. Having an aquarium would definitely be a game changer. And it would make it so they could keep the, I guess, like, the kind of the catch and release thing. I mean, you're obviously not releasing it if you put it in an aquarium, but it's still alive, so maybe it could at least go along with what they want for the game. See if we can spot any fish. We might actually move a little bit. I want to go check around the falls again real quickly, see if maybe we can spot a big pike, since this is where we got that diamond. Oh, we just saw a fish kind of hit the surface here. Don't see anything under here, though. I was hoping we could just get a quick look at him. Yeah, let's move back up to the falls and look around. Hey, camper, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Don't see anything, but doesn't mean there isn't anything. However, I think we're gonna loop around and try to get into that, like, that finger over there. What all kind of fish are there? Personal pond? Wait, I'm confused, Brian. Are you talking about, like, where I'm fishing right now? From what I've been able to tell, it's mainly largemouth bass and northern pike in this little stretch of the river. I'm trying to remember, did we end up finding ourselves a rainbow trout here too? I think we might have, but I can't remember. Oh, just in general, got you. Okay, so there is, ooh, level 42. There is sauger, northern pike, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, bluegill, yellow perch, rainbow trout, lake trout, kokanee salmon. There is also channel catfish. And then what are the last two? Last two, I believe. Whitefish. There's whitefish. And then the last one, I'm forgetting. I would go look at it in the information area, but that would show what fish I've got a diamond of, and some of them I haven't posted, so... Oh yeah, golden trout. Golden trout's the last one. Actually, would you guys like to see some golden trout fishing? The golden trout are a lot of fun. And I still don't have a diamond one. Even though apparently they're one of the easier to get a diamond of from what I've seen from other creators. To be honest, I think they may have just got lucky because I have not experienced the same thing. What is max level? There is no max level in the game. You can level up your character for as long as you want. And it's going to be like an indicator of like who's played the game a lot. Which is kind of cool. Yeah, definitely, Keaton. And that is a suggestion I've seen a lot of. Feels like Way of the Hunter when you climb? It actually doesn't, because you can climb up pretty much anything in the game. Provided it's not completely vertical. Like, I'm going to show you guys something real quickly that is kind of hilarious and also kind of unrealistic at the same time. I can climb this right here, probably. Let's see. Maybe not this one. Maybe not this one, but you can climb some of these weird slopes. Like this right here. And then you get to like the perfectly vertical spots and you can't. Definitely better climbing than Way of the Hunter. In fact, maybe a little too good at times. I want to go up one of these because I was able to do it before. Yeah, there we go. As long as it's not, like, vertical completely, then you can climb up it. What the? Find the photo location? I just completed a mission out of nowhere. Which one was that? Huh, no idea. Yeah, you can climb up pretty much everything. Fall damage? There is no fall damage. There's actually a different mechanic implemented to keep people from, like, falling too far. Let's see. Respawned, you fell too far. So that's what it does. Alright, now let's go try to get some of these golden trout. There are some monster golden trout in this lake. Haven't seen a diamond one yet, but had quite a few good golds. So maybe we can find one today. This water's gorgeous, by the way. My gosh, it's beautiful. Love the way the water looks. Oh, there's a little dude. Oh, those are perch. Ooh, there we go. I believe there's rainbows in here as well. Yeah, definitely, Easton. Are there perks? I don't think so. I haven't seen any types of perks or anything like that. Oh, these are actually... Wow, these are all perch around here. I think we have one golden trout that's chasing the lure right now, but the rest of these are perch. Yeah, Cantor. Rainbows in the water. Not even rainbow trout, just rainbows. They fell out of the sky and landed in the water, and now they're just permanently there. There we go. There is no walleye, but there is sauger, which are very similar. Oh, that might be a perch too. Yeah, it's a perch as well. A gold perch, okay. Wait, if this is a gold... Hold on, wait. Does that mean that guy's a diamond? Okay, we might actually have a diamond perch here. That looks much bigger than the one we just caught. Can we please get his attention? Maybe, is that a bass? No, that's definitely a perch. It can be difficult to tell from some of the angles, but that's definitely a perch. Yeah, the closer he's getting, the more it's clear that he's a perch. That might be a diamond perch. Me too, Connor. The differences in the water from place to place are pretty crazy. That's an even bigger one, and he's still not as big as that one we see. I will bet you guys that that's a diamond. This guy might be a diamond. Come on. Come on after it, man. Cast number 3, will this be the one? We might need to move away. We might be too close. Come on. Okay, now he's interested. I think we were too close. He's now interested. Maybe we can get ourselves a diamond perch. He looks huge. This guy looks massive. Come on, be a diamond, please. Oh, it's a diamond! It is a diamond, wow! 2.39 pound diamond yellow perch. I love how, like, I've played about 30 hours of the game off of stream. Like, before today, I played about 30 hours exploring the map, leveling up, creating videos. And I only had caught some diamonds from, like, the missions. I had never caught a wild diamond yet. And now this stream, we've caught 2 wild diamonds. That is amazing. And also, guys, I just wanted to mention, it's not going to be as easy to get diamonds in this game as it is the Hunter Call of the Wild. In the Hunter Call of the Wild, it's much easier to get diamonds than it is in the Angler. And I'm happy about that. I like that the diamond fish are pretty rare. Besides, obviously, ones that are done through missions. Like, wild diamonds, they're actually pretty rare. That's so cool, though. Diamond number 2 of the day. Diamonds should be rare? Exactly, Connor. And I'm happy they are. I'm happy that the diamonds are pretty rare in this game. At least from my experience, they seem to be very rare. I'm sure it'll get a little bit easier the longer we play and the more we know about the game, but at least on launch, it seems pretty difficult to find lots of diamonds. I would like to see the boat, spook the fish off a little bit easier, and I'd also like to see a trolling motor implemented to make it, you know, easier to move slowly without spooking stuff. Because it does feel kind of weird just being able to boat up next to a fish and cast out and catch it. Yeah, there's no herd management exactly. Makes it even better. Even better with no, herd management like in Call of the Wild. Boat is catching water? It is. That's a glitch they gotta fix. Yeah, there is no taxidermying animals in this, or not animals, fish. There is no way to tax fish, unfortunately. This seems to be a pretty average rainbow. Jumpy little dude, though. Yeah, nice little silver 7-pounder. This tiny little spinnerbait's doing well for us. The spinnerbaits have been pretty solid every time I've used them. What is that? Is that a... Well, that's a golden trout. That's a big one. Oh, hold up. Imagine we just start getting all the diamonds now. That's actually a pretty big golden trout. That looks to be a big, big golden trout. He's not the one going for it, though, I don't think. This little golden trout in front of us is pretty big. This one's not bad either, though. That's a rainbow. That golden trout looks to be about the same size. So I imagine this is a pretty big one. That would be cool, Ace. That would be cool. I don't know how possible that is with these games, but that would be kind of cool if it was something they could make work. Oh, it's a gold. Not quite a diamond, but a nice golden trout. Big one. That's a diamond from what you've seen. Yeah, it wasn't quite, but I think it was close. I think a lot of the diamond golden trout I've been seeing people catch were like high 7 and above, right? Or like 8 pounds maybe? Might have been 8 pounds and above, but we're close. This guy was close for sure. Good one to get a quick pick of. Think that might be a rainbow. Hard to tell though. Let's jump back in the boat. Yes, this game is multiplayer. We're up to 12 people. Possibly, Daniel. Possibly. I'm gonna be kind of busy tomorrow, so I'm not sure when I'll be streaming, but we probably will stream some of the Angler tomorrow. Well, let's just cast out. I can't actually see anything too close to us, but I know there was a fish over in this direction. It's unknown as of now, Extra. We don't know if they'll ever add one. I actually can't do the multiplayer yet because I've been having some trouble with Apex Connect. Unfortunately, I'm not able to log in. My account thinks that I've got a Apex Connect account linked to my Steam, but I don't. It's an issue I've had ever since it was released on Call of the Wild a while back. I've never been able to create an Apex Connect account. Or, I can create them, but I can't link it to my Steam. And so I'm not able to play the multiplayer in Angler yet. But the devs have been helping me with it, and they're trying to figure out what the problem is, so hopefully it'll get fixed soon. It seems like my account's just got something really weird going on with it, where it thinks I have an Apex Connect account connected, when I don't. But it seems like hopefully it'll be fixed soon. They've been trying to help me get it fixed, so I think we'll get it. Gold. Another big golden trout. Nice one. Little 6-pounder. It's fun, American history buff. Definitely some room for improvement, but it's a fun game. I've really been enjoying it, at least. Thank you, Orin. I'm glad you enjoy the stream, man. There we go. Definitely, Connor. It's gonna be fun to experiment with the multiplayer for sure. I know Jaxie Beard was doing multiplayer earlier, and it looked really fun. And one of the cool things is other people that are in the session cannot affect your fishing. So in the multiplayer, if there's a bunch of people in one session, they can't go around spooking each other's fish. Like, that is not a possibility, which is amazing. Massive step up from Call of the Wild, where people can just, like, steal your diamonds and, like, shoot stuff that you're shooting at and things like that. Thankfully, people can't just, like, drive around a boat spooking all of your fish. That's really nice. It's good to see that they went that direction. And the multiplayer servers are server-sided. There is no peer-to-peer like there is in Call of the Wild. It runs on actual servers, so there's not a ton of connection issues like the Hunter, which is another huge plus. I'm glad that they really paid attention to doing their best to make the multiplayer one of the main focuses of the game. I'm excited to try it whenever I'm able to get my Apex Connect fixed. Once I get that fixed and can try the multiplayer, I'm definitely going to be doing a bunch of it to show it to you guys. I just saw a massive trout down to the right a little bit. We're going to have to go try to get that. That looked crazy. That's a little golden trout there. But I just saw something. Yeah, there it is. Let's go get it. That looks to be a monster. Kind of feather it in this direction. Oh, that's a big golden trout right there. That's what that is. That's a big golden trout. That's the biggest one I've seen, I think. I am going to be very surprised if this isn't a diamond. Like, I've caught probably 30 golden trout and seen quite a few big golds. I don't think any of them looked like this. Please. Please be our first diamond golden trout. Oh, that's gotta be. If it's not a diamond, I will be very surprised. I guess it could be a big gold, but it looks diamond. Ah, it's a gold. So close, man. So close. 7 pounds. Not bad, but not quite there. I think we needed like another pound on it and it would have been good. Another pound or two and it would have made diamond probably. Still a beautiful fish though, regardless. There's another decent fish there. We could try for that one. It looks to be solid. What do you guys think? Do you like that you can see the fish? Do you like it that the fish are always in the world? Because I know some fishing games have done it to where the fish doesn't actually spawn until, like, the game decides that it's gonna bite your lure. There's some games that have done it like that. Do you guys prefer being able to see every single fish? I know I do. It's nice to be able to spot fish. You see a fish that you want to go for and you can try to get it to bite. This one seems okay. I don't think it's as big as the last one. Yeah, 5 pounds. So if 5 pounds is also a gold, yeah, we have to be close to getting a diamond. Like, those 2 7-pounders had to have been close. Oh, definitely, Connor. I would love to see that. Would be huge if they did it. And I'm sure someday they probably will. Gold has a big range. It definitely does. See if we can spot anything big. Okay, since we're kind of in a part of the lake that we haven't looked at, let's jump out of here and look around a bit. If we can maybe spot something. Oh! There we go! Look at those two guys! Those look pretty solid. Oh, hey, buddy. You're not exactly huge, but there's a fish next to us. Are these rainbows or goldens, though? If it's rainbows, this isn't super huge, but... Oh, it's rainbows. I mean, it's still decent rainbow trout. We'll still go for it. There's a... Is that a... That might be a golden over there to the right, though. There is no trophy lodge in the game, no. Yeah, just some average rainbows. Yeah, like I was saying, these aren't super big if they're both rainbows, but if any of these are a golden trout, then it's a pretty good one. Fingers crossed, but this one looks like a rainbow as well. There is no trolling motor, sadly. That's been one of the big requests from me. I want a trolling motor. That way I can follow a big fish if I'm fighting it in the boat. Because to me that's very important, being able to like drive along with the fish if it's a super big one. Because otherwise you can get spooled quite easily. So it would be nice to be able to use the trolling motor to move in the direction of the fish. Landed right on top of him. That's one of the other things I mentioned earlier that I'd like changed. If you land on top of a fish, it should spook or immediately strike, because that's typically the two reactions they would have in real life. At least with trout and bass, they tend to either get spooked or be super aggressive towards it. This is a good one. Ooh. Oh my. Okay, we hooked into something sizable. We hooked into something good here. Big golden, maybe? This is the one that kind of looked like a golden trout. Come on. I want to get a good look at it. If this is a golden trout, this is huge. I think it is. I can't see it too well under the water. The more I look at it, this might actually be a rainbow. I just saw the side of it, and I didn't see the pattern that a golden trout would have. This looks like a rainbow. It's still a better sized rainbow, though. Yeah, Johnny, it is. It seems like it progresses a little bit fast. So that's why I think there's definitely something bugged with the time in the game. It definitely seems like it passes by way too quickly. If it's supposed to be, like, linked to your real time, then it shouldn't be this quick. Because, I mean, it's only 4:55 p.m. here. It shouldn't look like it's 7 or 8 in-game. Yeah, I know, Johnny, and in the game it looks like it's about to start getting dark. Oh, this is a fighter, man. Come on. This is a big rainbow. Probably 15 pounds, maybe more. Oh, hey, buddy, calm down. Yeah, this one's huge. That's a big fish. Oh, so close to diamond. I think that guy was pretty close to diamond. Man. I live in Oregon, Connor. Yeah, it's a big one, guys. That's a big trout. Very big rainbow. Like 2 pounds off diamond? Yeah, it's really close. This one is really close to diamond for sure. That's a good one to get some pictures of. That's our best rainbow of the day, right? Yeah, no problem, AB. I'm glad that you enjoy the stream, dude. I've been having fun on here. I've been having quite a bit of fun with the angler. Oh, me too, Cantor. Me too. I call it the same sometimes. Hoping that's a golden trout. What are you, little dude? Yeah, so the time is supposed to be based off of your real life time. And so, technically, it should be, like, equal to whatever your time is currently. But I think in the early access, like the content creator early access, I think it's not working properly. It definitely doesn't feel like it's, progressing at the proper speed. Oh, that's a rainbow. No, that's a golden, actually. Whoa. Looked like a rainbow after it jumped. It's a golden, though. Silver, 5 pounds. What do I think the game should add? Well, aside from, like, tweaks to existing things, stuff I'd like to see added would be, saltwater fishing and a more advanced trophy shot mode, as well as, a lot of the basic stuff that most people want, fly fishing, some type of aquarium to keep fish in that you catch. And then I'd like to see rares added, and then also some equivalent to like a great one in the Hunter Call of the Wild, but I honestly wouldn't want them to call them great ones. I'd want them to be called something else. But just something that is like those fish that you hear stories about but never see. Similar to what the great ones are supposed to be in Call of the Wild, where it's like that one giant that you hear stories about, but few people ever get to actually see it. The equivalent of that... Ooh. Oh. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. That's a big fish. Hold that thought. That looks like a big golden trout. Please. Please be our diamond that we're after. Please. That's an average sized fish, but that one... That one right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not using the light setup on that guy. That's a big rainbow. Oh my gosh, he's so huge. Can I get him to bite on the heavy rod? If so, that would be great. Use the size 2. Wow, that thing's huge. Yeah, that might be a diamond, guys. That's a big one. Oh, there we go. Heavy rod for the win. Oh, it's a gold. Big one, though. Big one, though. You see, this is one of the major things I'd like to see change, though, that we just saw. Like, pretty much any fish, I can just immediately get it to bite if I have the right lure and the right, like, line and tackle setup. I'd like to see that changed. I would like to see them make it a little bit more difficult to entice a fish to bite, because right now it seems like you just pick a lure that is... like a lure that works for that species, and you can pretty much get any fish that is that species to bite. I'd like to see some fish like these bigger ones be a little bit smarter, and have more like, I guess pickiness, maybe prefer something different. I'd like to see each fish have its own... likes and dislikes when it comes to lures that are different from other fish in its same species. Another big one, though. Another really nice fish. Alright, later, Norwegian Hunter, thank you for dropping in. Really appreciate it. Yes, that too, Levi. That would be nice. Alright, I think it's time we move to a different area. We've been fishing for golden trout for quite a bit. Got an interesting little river here that I might want to go check out. What other options do we have? Is there places... I mean, I haven't fished over here much. We could try this area. There's a few little ponds in the area that might be kind of nice. Whitefish? Oh yeah, we could go to, we could go after some whitefish. Trying to remember where I caught a whitefish before. I think it was possibly in one of these... I know it was in a lake, like, in the mountains. Might be this one. Yeah, there's whitefish here. We'll head up here, then. I believe so, Sneaks. They have, like, a true score tab, at least, when you go into, like, your statistics. Also, look at this view. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You love to see it. So, one thing that this game kind of reminds me of, and I want you guys to let me know if it reminds you of the same thing. Like, when I first played this game, I immediately got, like, Far Cry 5 vibes. With the way the map looks, the way the NPCs look and talk, the way the vehicle is, like, I got a lot of Far Cry 5 vibes from it. Let's see if we can get some whitefish. Oh, later, Duxton. Thanks for dropping in, dude. Hey, bro. How you doing? Are you excited to play? How is the fall damage? There actually is no fall damage, Civ. It, like, respawns you after you've been falling for a little bit. You got Generation 0 vibes. True, I guess that would make sense since they're both on the Apex engine. And probably share some assets. I've been finding them in the river, Levi. It's, kokanee salmon, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. Kokanee are a landlocked Atlantic salmon, right? Or are they a landlocked sockeye? It's one of those, but I can't remember which one. Like, they look just like sockeye salmon in the game, so I'm assuming that's what they're based off of. However, something I kind of would like to see maybe is them change the look of the kokanee, because in real life, kokanee aren't usually like the spawning form. Typically, landlocked like kokanee look a bit more like almost like a smaller silver salmon, kind of. Yeah, they are in lakes, Levi. Typically, in real life, they're like landlocked salmon. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are like a landlocked Atlantic. Is that a bass? Or is that a whitefish? I can't tell. Might be a whitefish. No, it's a rainbow. A very small rainbow. Yeah, it always seems strange to me, Levi. The second I saw it, I was like, that just looks like a sockeye. Yeah, Orin, that would be cool. I'd like to see that. Oh, there's something jumped over there. Reel up a little bit closer. Oh, don't say that, Cannibal Barbecue. Smoked salmon. Now I want some. Now I want some smoked salmon. Nice, Lane. That's awesome. Congrats. Alright, bro. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do the same. I smell food, so... Probably gonna be ending very, very soon anyways. Yeah, Caleb, that's kind of my opinion on it too. I think the game has a pretty good, got a pretty good foundation. Definitely needs some tweaking in places, but I think they got a start to a beautiful game. I think the game is decent on launch, but I imagine in a year or two, the Angler is going to be incredible. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end it there, guys. We streamed for, like, what? A little over 2 hours, something like that. Yeah, 2.5 hours. I didn't get to stream as long as I wanted to because of all the issues we had with Streamlabs, but at least we made it work eventually, and we had quite a bit of fun. Got our first 2 diamonds as well, which is awesome. Super happy that we got a couple diamonds that weren't mission diamonds. That was really amazing to see. Especially that pike. My gosh, that pike was incredible. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with some more The Angler live stream probably. Along with a video on The Angler. Thank you all for being here so much. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Peace!